Louisiana beer reviews, LA 31's Passionne take 2. The first take came out okay, but the sound was all screwed up. About twice a year, sometimes maybe 3 times a year, the sound would be screwed up on that Kodak camera. Maybe that's why they went out of business. They were producing junk. Anyway, this is produced by Bayou Teche Brewing. It's a malt beverage with passion fruit. When it first came out, it was called Grenade, but they dropped the Grenade name and they went to Passionne. It's got a Best By date, which is nice. Greg's always harping on that with Greg's beer reviews, and he's right. How hard is it to put a date? Well, the answer is it's not hard at all. It's actually produced in Mississippi by Lazy Magnolia, but the headquarters of this brewing company is in Arnoldville, Louisiana. Maybe one day they'll do like Schmaltz Brewing and make their own brewery. Schmaltz did in May 2013 after 16 years of contract brewing. And Boston Brewing Company now brews their own beer, makers of Samuel Adams. For years and years and years, they paid Miller to produce their beers, and they kind of try to keep that under wraps, but they didn't really succeed. But anyway, they have their own breweries now. When it poured, it had a thick head, but it died out pretty fast, and it didn't really leave any lacing. And it's still bubbling though after 10 minutes. It's hot out here. Okay, it's cloudy, but it's hot and it's very humid. It was raining earlier. It's a brilliant orange color, with the sun obscured by clouds shining through its brilliant orange, and even from that direction it's a brilliant orange. So it looks nice. It gets an A for the looks. And let's go with the aroma. And it's really a wheat ale, they say. It's made with wheat and passion fruit. It does have a weedy, zesty aroma. You know, you're getting the sweet white wheat bread, the bread crust, I guess the passion fruit. It's a nice aroma, because it's not like a lot of these fruit concoctions. You hate to say beer. I'm going to drink some beer later on. I have some Coors Banquet beer in the fridge. You know, it's one of those old-time beers that have a beer flavor, but this one really does have a nice, I mean, Bayou Teche they pay people to make some good stuff. It's zesty, it's sweet, it's bready, you can't even distinguish the grains, but it smells great. Let's go with the flavor. Same thing. You're getting the sweet wheat, the white wheat bread, the bread crust, the barley malt, a little bit of bitterness, but I mean a little bit. The IBUs must be 9 or less. A little sourness here, which reminds me of Dixie beer, Dixie lager. But yeah, you get the fruit, but it's not an overriding flavor. It's a subtle fruit flavor and aroma. So many of these fruit beers taste like a fruit drink, like they taste like artificial flavoring. I don't think this has artificial flavoring. They don't say it does. It just, or even so-called natural flavoring. It just says with passion fruit. So they were very, very reserved with it, and that's why it tastes mostly like a beer. Okay, this is a beer that tastes like a beer with a hint of fruit. It's 5.74% alcohol, so 5.74. It gets an okay score on Beer Advocate, only 18 ratings. 34 out of 100 on Rate Beer, 64 out of 100 for the style. But there's only a few ratings on that site also. And it gets an excellent score on the Beer and Me. So they're giving it the highest score. And I'm going to go along with them. I'm going to say excellent. The mouthfeel, by the way, is watery, it's light, it's a little fizzy, prickly, and the finish is dry, sweet, refreshing, and easygoing. It's a very easygoing beer, okay? Really nice. I like it because it has a nice beer flavor, and I always like that in a beer. I enjoy coffee that tastes like coffee, but I'm being sarcastic, you know. But you know what point I'm making. I give it an A minus. It's excellent to an extent, but it is excellent. It's not expensive. It's like $1.39 a bottle, $8.99 a six pack. And I'm gonna end this review by saying, y'all come on down to New Orleans.